or just your favorite teams. Choose one at random. Nomad, unfortunately, was asking if he could win the Mercedes card. No, you cannot. Terms and conditions says absolutely not. You are affiliated through the broadcast, unfortunately.
Damn.
Can't happen.
Well. Oh, well. That's always next year. Maybe I'll start playing.
Yeah. You'll get there.
Thanks, I appreciate the support.
Yeah, grassroots. You've always got to think about those academy teams. Get yourself in there from the bottom up. Don't you worry, Nomad. I believe in you.
Thank you. At least someone does.
I'm not going to ask for what your MMR is. We are pretty much ready to get ourselves underway here for our second series of the day. Evil Geniuses up against PSG.LGD. And once again, Lacoste and Nomad, take it away.
Thank you very much, Gareth. Yep, in this best of 2, and it is going to be an absolute battle. LGD obviously really want to take it to the upper bracket right now. Meanwhile, Evil Geniuses, they have a lot on the line emotionally here. They do not want to be dropping any games. They want to go through these group stages undefeated. You just know it. Like, you can tell that energy is radiating off them right now. So OD going to be in the mid lane versus the Mars. A very unique matchup. How does the Mars actually do in this lane, or how do you think he's going to do in this lane, Lacoste?
It's a melee hero against OD, definitely. OD has an upper hand, and Sumail is the master of that hero. Let's see. OD wanted to check if there are any wards placed up on the high ground.
Mars defending it with a shield held high, though. Just dropping each other's items in front of each other. Trying to taunt each other out here. Oh, this is funny. Meanwhile, 2 stasis traps also dug up by LGD.
Yeah, it's a sign.
Oh, 3, what?
It's a sign for LGD, don't pick techies again.
Yeah, I just gave them making sure they know. All thoughts being thrown out here. And a nice light-hearted start to the game.
We can see a little bit of a different item builds. Arteezy has a Blightstone level 1. Pangolier has Orb of Venom. So that's a lot of those orbs.
The battle begins.
Adorable picture there. So PA laying up down at bottom. Yeah, she's been given the shared tangos as well to allow her to afford that those extra items there.
And they gave a shared tango to Sanking, which means that he's going to be soloing up there.
Crit and down to this bottom lane. Going to be helping out the Phantom Assassin where he can. Meanwhile, OD starting out in mid. Now, we're kind of expecting OD to take a pretty strong arm in this one, but we'll see what the Mars can get out of it.
It's going to be really difficult for Mars. Once OD hits level 4, we'll have a 1-2-1 build, and OD received, which is not a small buff in the previous patch, where every single time you attack, it's not just spell damage, you still get some mana back. And look at this bottom lane. Warlock, Fatal Bonds, level 1. With daggers, they are throwing in a lot of damage and Swashbuckle.
Some serious harass coming down. LGD not enjoying that one on the Morphling, who generally likes to be able to just kind of take off with a heavy instance of damage with the Strength Morph, then go back to Agi. Even though Swashbuckle coming through the trees from Crit as well. They'll respond with a Fade Bolt, but this bottom lane is looking a bit messy for LGD to start off with. Meanwhile at mid, Mars taking the early lead here. 2 and 3 actually on Smell right now. That right-click damage on the Mars. Helping him out a bit and using that spear as well just to keep a bit of lane control, push him away from the creeps, etc, etc. Meanwhile, Xnova and Chalice are letting it up together. I think Xnova will still do in the water and all that stuff. It's definitely going to be a full position on the Rubik, I would guess.
At one point, Xnova will be forced to go back to the bottom lane, unless they want to grab some kills on top, a kill or 2, and then rotate him. But it's not going to be an easy kill. Sanking, sitting near the tower, has 3 extra armor, also has a stun and invis. Pretty hard to bring him down.
Yeah, Xnova just wanting to kind of taunt him up, see what he can do to disrupt him, whilst Chalice goes in for the pull here. With the Iron Shell, should be able to get those creeps down pretty quickly. Meanwhile, Samel in the middle lane, still keeping things pretty even with Somnus, so not a bad first few levels for the Mars, honestly. Better than we would have thought.
Yeah, Mars attack speed and animation is really good.
But somehow just banishing him up and taking as much as he can, but the God's Rebuke
FY
secure him.
needs the TP out of the lane because he was Fatal Bonded to a full creep wave, and now they're gonna dive Morphling.
Yeah, they're going deep onto Arme. Could he be in trouble here? Well, Dagger comes out, more waveform forward into the creeps, keeping himself behind these meat shields. Meanwhile, from top lane, S4 getting really low. One more right click will come through from Chalice. The Iron Shell getting to work and taking down the Sanking in the off lane.
Oh, Chalice is extremely farmed. 17 CS so far, on top of First Blood, has enough money to buy that Soul Ring.
Yeah, and a bit of extra. So just bullying this Mars, just pumping out damage into him. He's got himself an Arcane Rune. He's ready to roll. Another Imprisonment comes out.
Oh, nice glyph.
Yeah, that's
From Maybe to keep those 2 melee creeps alive.
Waste his mana as well because we wanted to try and get that back from Equilibrium. Very rough, but still just spamming it out, really. Kind of abusing this Astral. Meanwhile, the roll comes in. Xnova kicks him back into the God's Rebuke as well. Sumail being treated like a ping pong ball right now as they continue to chase him under the tower, and the spear will penetrate the Outworld Devourer and put an end to his life as Xnova surfs away from this middle lane. A victory surf. Great rotation. Down here at the bottom lane, Arme still just trying to get his money where he can. 8-0 right now compared to Arteezy 17-7. Not what they want things to be.
A lot of harassment coming out on the bottom lane from Fly with those Fatal Bonds. Phantom Assassin went for more greedy build early on because she has enough sustain from Warlock's Shadow Word. And another rotation on mid, Xnoa.
In some trouble once again, the kick away, but this time he's got the Astral at least to save himself from a bit of the Mars damage. Fly coming in from the backlines as well, going to throw down the heal onto Sumail. Sumail actually coming forwards now with the Equilibrium, throwing in some shots and just forcing them back out of this lane. And with the Fatal Bonds as well, we'll be able to get a little bit of extra damage on it. Just stop them being able to use those salves and everything. It's really, really nice. They just have to wait. They're actually going over to the Shrine. They'll be up in 15 seconds, so it's going to be missing a couple of waves of creeps for the Mars here. That Fatal Bonds is really annoying.
Crit just hit level 2. Not what you usually see 5 minutes in.
Yeah, and he's going to get lifted and thrown off the rune by FY here. And now FY going for the run forwards, but Fly has already been able to grab this rune. So now he's going to go for the TP out. And they don't have the interrupt. They do have a swashbuckle, but it's not enough damage. Down to 40 HP. Rubik will survive, however. Meanwhile, Arteezy and Arme given some alone time at last down in this bottom lane, which the Morphling will be very grateful for. Meanwhile, as for he's just trying to sneak away from Chalice here. He's on the run. He's got a Burrow Strike as well, level 2, so he can get up cliffs. Things will be okay.
Yeah, Darkseer natural item progression is get that Helm of the Dominator. Sometimes he does not want to get it if he's playing against Doom, if he's playing against Lifestealer, who gets that Hand of Midas so he can instantly kills it, or with the Infest. But now they don't have anything good against that dominated creep mid lane.
More rotations coming in, Xnova, but they actually spear Sumail back up to safety onto the high ground there. Not quite working out how they would have wanted. I feel like he was trying to spear him into the cliff, but he got brought up the steps instead. Kind of weird there, but whatever. Meanwhile, again, FY stealing more runes from Crit. Now the double damage. Crit is going to be punished for this. Probably won't die. Has the swashbuckle and the disarm, obviously, but still a fair amount of damage being pumped into that Pangolier. Meanwhile, Arteezy and Arme still able to lane alone against each other for a little bit. The supports are coming in, and there's going to be a bit of a brawl around this bottom lane right now, but trying to alleviate their carries out of it as best they can. Arteezy zoned out a little bit. He's rightfully scared of this DD Rubik, because he's just going to come in and right-click him a bit. Fade Bolt comes down, and Arteezy takes way too much damage there. Very frustrating for him. As Sumail under the tower, getting the deny. Denies? Just singular.
Even with that gank, Sumail is still 1 level ahead of Mars.
It's pretty nice. Good place to be. Not much in the gold difference, but that XP does make a difference. You know, Arteezy and Crit. Not sure what they're doing actually. It's kind of half jungling and half coming back into that bottom lane. I don't feel like they need to leave bottom just yet. Maybe shrining up looks likely.
They don't have any wards set up on a bottom lane to see the rotations from LGD. They have one near the rune spot, but they can easily play around it. Either TP to a tower or just come from a side.
Top lane roll in once again. S4 in some trouble. Yeah, he doesn't have the Sentry Ward right now, but with the Burrow Strike through, they're actually looking to turn this one around with 5-5 coming in as well. Fly will chase away the Dark Seer. S4's okay, just continues to get healed up by the Shadow Word. Meanwhile, some males also hanging around in the neighborhood. So they want to give the Pangolier some levels, rightfully so as well, because he's only level 2 right now. Does have to be scared of the Mars.
Even with that death, S4 is still the highest level in the game. Level 8 has Sandstorm maxed out, will just continue to farm, almost has that Veil finished. It's pretty standard build on Sanking these days. It gives you a lot of mana regen, also some tankiness with the armor.
Yeah, standard max Sandstorm build just for keeping waves pushed out.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And Fly's got a bird problems right now. Shell and Bird kind of ticking up on him. You have to Burrow Strike it up to keep it controlled for the time being, but Chalice brings him back over just to make sure he can farm these creeps. Samel's coming in though. Does he want the hero? Yes, he certainly does. Astral comes out, S4, he's picking up the epicenter, bringing down the big guns. Chalice is being ripped down here, and he will certainly fall. They're picking out the bird as well. Fly wants it, but the tower gets it.
Dire's bottom tower.
No gold for anyone.
They still got the XP from it. Rotation from Xnova, they're both level 3. Mars and Oppa.
Fantastic casting. Oppa, indeed. That S4 just didn't stand much of a chance of that. The bloody arena comes out, and that's the end of his story. FY, meanwhile, in the trees, only level 3 on the Rubik.
Dire's top
So both the Rubik and the Pangolier severely kind of lacking in levels right now, approaching the 10-minute mark, and they really don't have much. These tomes going to be doing a lot for them right now.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
They are pressuring the tower. Mars used ulti with Arcane Rune, which means he's gonna have it back up in 25 seconds.
Wow, that's quick. Yeah, top tower not lasting very long. Coming down to his last legs here. No Sand King to defend it. He's not coming over. They are going to let us tier 1 fall, so LGD do strike first when it comes to objectives. That tower will go to Mars. Oh, mid tower taking a bit of a tickling. Nothing too big. So,
Not too much action happening either. 10 minutes in, we only have 4 kills.
yeah,
Bounty
might
runes
change
are
the
spawning.
bounties, but nobody's really being very aggressive for it. I mean, Crit is having troubles with this creep right now, and actually, is Fly going to be able to do enough to actually save Crit here? Ah, they got the Astral. Okay, that's enough to help Crit out here. Smell was needed. They're still chasing this creep, but there's no way they're going to find it. It's so damn fast. Meanwhile, up at the top lane, another Royal comes out with the arena and the God's Rebuke finishes off Arteezy. And that is going to be Xnova and Somnus finding another one right now.
Not cleft, but also stuck in the arena of blood. Mars with 2 bracers, Magic Wand. He's tanky enough, has a lot of sustain, some magical resistance. Now has Phase Boots finished.
Ooh,
Because he's their mid hero, he will need to be more active.
Yeah, look and see. I mean, he's already been extremely active, to be honest. Meanwhile, Samel's just been farming up. But that's kind of the nature of the 2 different heroes. You pick this Mars and you're expecting him to be making plays around the map, using his low cooldown on his ultimate as much as possible, especially with that Arcane Rune. Meanwhile, Ame farming in the bottom lane. Well, I say farming, more existing with difficulty. As for grabbing those creeps there, as Army just waits for them to come under the tower, and will do its best. He actually changed it to Sanking here, coming in as Xnova's joining in this one as well. S4 uses that Burrow Strike to get himself forced, but Chalice is on top of him, and with the Iron Shell and with the damage from Arme, they'll be able to kill off the Sand King. Fly just running himself away, realizing the moment that Arme went on him, there'll be supports coming in. A nice play from Arme there. LGD with a beautiful gank.
And there's a smoke. This Centaur Conqueror is causing a lot of issues. Just the Helm of Dominator creep in general, because they have no ways to deal with him.
Roll comes in, does actually split the needle there a little bit, but Crit just absolutely disappears. This under-leveled Pangolier just reaching level 5 right now. And Rubik steals Equilibrium. That doesn't sound too bad, actually, with a Fade Bolt, just ripping through people.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I mean, usually you would want to have Astral or Sanking Stun in this game, because it's so good. You have a potential save with Astral, or almost no casting time on that Burrow Strike. It's 0.15. Got nerfed a little bit a couple of patches ago.
Oh, easy mana. I mean, he can probably pop Equilibrium and then use another spell if he wants to, but I mean, I can't see anything being like super ridiculous with that. It'd just be cute. Meanwhile, LGD, they'll hit the showers. Shrine up, boys. Smacking the bum and back to work. Sumail, meanwhile, down in the bottom lane. What's he actually going for, Sumail, here? He's got the crown, which suggests... I don't really... Atos?
Scanning.
It could be just a casual crown for the extra
For
stats.
the king?
Yeah.
LGD still putting pressure across this map right now. Have been able to find another tower after that top lane though, so maybe not the same amount of momentum, but still 30 minutes in. 6 kills compared to EG's singular kill they've had so far, and PA still just trying to farm up as quickly as possible. They have got these very slow calls on EG. That is something which you have to be aware of. You know, the PA, the OD, they need like one big item. Usually PA needs to get the Battle Fury and go for a couple more items. I remember Puppy saying that PA is like a secret anti-mage. You know, she just wants to get Battle Fury, she just wants to farm up, but she will win you the game.
Yeah, but she also can easily join a team fight. Right now, EG is way weaker, even though it's only 1k gold lead for LGD. See that gank?
But they're trying to get away on S4 here. He's got the burst strike off the other side of the trees. Now the Rolling Thunder comes through, but not really connecting on anybody just yet. Finally catches
Mars
X-Nova pretty perfectly. S4 getting low. Will finally get brought down, but in comes that wall. Sumail, he's going to Astral himself, keep himself alive for the time being. Meanwhile, Crit chase away on the backlines here. So nice blink away from Sumail. That will lead him to safety. So just a trade here, but it is a better trade for LGD.
It's position 5 for position 3. Also, they used a lot of resources on the bottom lane. Still, we didn't see a rock being used. 4 points in Fatal Bonds. Feels like EG's lineup will need a lot more time to recover.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But this Blink Dagger on Sumail, I didn't see it coming out, so I was a little bit surprised to see him blink away from that Astral there. But
yeah, with the Blink Dagger, he has a potential save for his teammates, especially in the Arena of Blood, and he becomes more mobile, also save for himself if he's caught. Just Astral, and you always have enough time to blink out. Meanwhile, we didn't talk about Ame. He's going for that Lincoln Sphere so he can stop the Burrow Strike, has something against Fatal Bonds, great against OD as well.
Burrow Strike and a lift down here at bottom, and he'll steal the Burrow Strike and immediately turn it around onto S4 here, but the Golem onto
Very
3!
nice.
Oh, with the stats, he's eclipsed, and they're all linked together by the Fatal Bonds. Luckily, FY was not linked on the Fatal Bonds there, but still should be dropping. The damage coming in onto him is severe. EG clean up many heroes, but they do lose Arteezy in the middle lane in the meantime. A double damage on Mars, and jumps in with the Spear, with the Rebuke, and then it's going to be an easy kill.
He used Astral on himself. Huge mistake from Sumail, not what we usually see, and maybe is gonna punish him.
Crit trying to run himself away, but there's too much damage flying out of these LGD heroes. EG, they take a big win and then manage to throw it away just as quickly.
Well, we know Sumail has double cast, double tap ability on, at least. Bottom lane.
So going for the TP out in the trees here. No, never mind. No, X-Nova. He is ready, and he finds him immediately. Meanwhile, tower trying to get them denied, don't quite manage it, but at least they managed to stop Fly getting the last hit on that tower. And the Golem is going to time out as well, so no gold for FY either.
This Morphling is also a ticking bomb.
He is, yeah. In the Battle of the Morphling versus a Phantom Assassin, it's basically who gets the most money, I believe. Blasting down these creeps. Fatal Bonds onto one of them, but with the AoE damage from Sumail and Arteezy jumping in as well, trying to take most of the big creeps. I think Sumail will be leaving them all for Arteezy here, just because they want to get him this Battle Fury ASAP.
PA is playing from behind, which means that once he gets that Battle Fury, LGD will try to play aggressively because they have a lot of magical damage, and PA still needs to farm her BKB to take a fight. Also, this Mars is extremely far, only 1,000 gold away from Deso. Once they get that, they can easily turn it into Roche with the Bulwark. He can pretty much solo tank the Roche.
Yeah, and with the damage he's going to be pumping out with his Desolator's ult. Roll in, but doesn't quite link here as the Astral comes out onto the OD. But whose Astral is that? It's definitely a Rubik Astral. And Astral again? Okay, all right, we'll just wait, guys. Don't you worry. Now, in comes, never mind. Astral is put to sleep by the Bloody Arena, and now they get deep onto the Warlock here. Warlock trying to get his way out of this one, and he gets Astraled. There's too many Astrals for me right here. It's such a break in the flow when an Astral comes out, but Fly will take a fall in the bottom lane. Losing 2 heroes, EG. That is costly for them. The rolling
PA.
forwards are May on top of Arteezy. Arteezy gets the blow off, now blinking over to a creep. Nice little plays, just get him out of danger right now, but very close to just straight up dropping. Just that Battle Fury was coming into him there, so wouldn't have been an ideal time to die. X9 will take the bottom tier 1 tower out of all those heroes hitting it.
LGD is playing so
fail.
fast right now. They're not letting EG take any objectives. They only lost the tier 1 tower on the bottom lane. Now Mars has that... what is it?
Desolator.
Yeah, that's a full deso on him.
Certainly is. However, EG are ready to fight right now as they come up onto the high ground, but the immediate response coming through. But look at the damage coming down. Finally, the rock is dropped into the wall as well. The combo's just coming out from LGD right now. EG can't do anything about it. They lose some L, they lose S4. They're trying to chase down Crit. Fair amount of damage coming out onto them as well, but they're just cleaning up hero after hero. Crit on the run. X-Nova kicks him away, gives him a way out of this one as the... Centaur? Is he gonna? No. Crit is gonna survive on very low HP, but LGD they're just throwing everything. Throwing a wall, throwing the Mars ulti.
Now Rubik didn't even
Everything.
want to use the stolen Rolling Thunder. He's just keeping it for the next fight. Oh, they found
How
Arteezy.
soon is this next fight going to be in? He comes, the rolling cube before Rubik comes flying through. Keeping a look down, the lift is out as well. Arteezy does make it over to the creeps. FY though, he's still chasing, but that Rolling Thunder will end. Arteezy, he's going south. The team guessed it. No, they have not. A nice sidestep by the Phantom Assassin. Now get the EG carry to safety. And now they pick up a Blink Dagger on the Sand King. So maybe there's a way for Evil Geniuses to take this next fight. They've got Veil, Blink on the Sand King.
They would want to have Rock for that next fight.
Absolutely.
Because Sand King just pick up a Blink Dagger. They have Sanities ready. But LGD, they're not stopping.
They're not. They recognize these big cooldowns on EG. They want to wait for the Golem, but that is not going to happen. LGD going to keep on putting on the pressure.
And if you think position 5 Earth Spirit is bad, you're wrong. Like X-Nova is making it work. He's 0, 2, and 13. Involved in 13 out of 16 kills. Oh, they're gonna get rid of this Observer Ward.
Still getting his wards down.
Maybe.
Well, this could be a kill into maybe here. Evil Geniuses, are they going to try and go for this one? Well, in comes the Epicenter, the Blink, the Burrow Strike. It does come through. They're trying to take down this Mars as quickly as possible. He is getting low. Arteezy comes in. S4 get the kill. But now on the backlines, Chalice, he's actually locked up as well here, being held still by Crit. It's a beautiful Rolling Thunder, but Rubik also rolling through. He's going to hold on too. Samel is actually going to drop here as they turn around onto S4 as well. Also disappears to the waveform forwards onto a Fly, trying to get up onto the high ground, but there is no escaping Arme. Arteezy on the run, running backwards into their own base. X-Nova is chasing. Can he actually do this right now? He's gonna have the Rolling Thunder. FY around the other side with a Burrow Strike forwards. And now the Rolling Thunder gonna connect. No, never mind.
Oh, he stunned him.
Keeping him still. Arteezy
Threat.
through the trees right now. He's gone. Arteezy
That's gonna
taken
be a
out. A
full
crit as
team wipe.
well. LGD are playing EG like a fiddle.
Oh man, FY God. With that still stolen Rolling Thunder, he did so much inside of the wall, and then he stole another Burrow Strike.
Burrow Strike, yeah. That was a big one.
It looked good for a moment for EG, but they needed Rock. Just some extra follow-up after. Sorry.
It's okay. Arme taking down some creeps. He's got this Lincoln Sphere now done for himself, and he's actually heading straight into the shotgun, so Arme is going to be pumping out even more damage. Phantom Assassin, she needs BKB, but she also needs her own items as well. Currently looking for the Desolator just so that Arteezy can get off a bit of damage in these fights. But PA, she can't withstand the burst damage LGD are going to be able to put out into her. Like, they've got the Mars, who's going to have Blink, he's going to have God's Rebuke, he's going to have a ton of damage with that Desolator coming out. And then they've got the shotgun from the Morphling as well. Like, this is burst capable of ripping this PA down to, like, 75, like, taking down 75% of her HP. It's rough.
PA is not going for BKB. She has Deso queued up.
Yeah.
I think if they can dodge or take one good fight, it will pay off. But sometimes it might backfire because you have no BKB, there's a lot of magical damage on side of LGD, and suddenly the game is over. They take Roche, you can't do anything. Oh, Mars with double damage.
He's going to, like, one-shot supports. It's really scary for EG right now. Now Burrow Strike forwards are going to get FY. The Rubik caught with his pants down. He doesn't steal the Burrow Strike and turn it one around, trying to get himself up onto the high ground, but the rock comes down. Is it enough to keep down FY? No, it is not, with the Arena Blood coming out as well. So Mail is just gone. FY does finally drop, but S4 will fly, will also trade their lives. The Rolling Thunder comes ripping through. X-Nova trying to hold them still. Arteezy on the backlines being chased down by Chalice. Ame trying to close the gap as well. Burrow Strike comes through, and they'll be able to get the kill onto Arteezy as well. EG taking heavy losses as up onto the high ground they go. So Mail, he's fighting alone, but he is completely alone. Drops the sanities, doesn't do much. He's got the blink, but no! Oh, manages to get it off just after that adaptive strike lands because the strength one doesn't do any damage.
Maybe he's gonna chase.
He is, and he gets it.
That's double damage Mars right there for you. Another team wipe for LGD and the freebie Roche. They're using these stolen Burrow Strikes and morphing, shifting into sanking so well. That's also a full shotgun completed on morph.
Crisp, clean, absolutely mechanical from LGD right now. And they are just chanting away inside that Roche pit as they take him down. Some kind of tribalistic ritual here as Ame takes up that Aegis and now has the Ethereal Blade to boot as well. Evil geniuses. They've been on a hot winning streak right now, but LGD looking for a really good game against them right now and possibly taking that win streak away.
After the first day, Mars had, what, 1 win, 6 losses?
Yeah.
But maybe he's looking way too OP, at least in this game. Maybe we were just playing it on the wrong lane.
Mars mid, it's the truth.
That's 2 huge items on LGD right now. They have BKB on Mars, so he can do whatever he wants. And then you have Morphling with Aegis, Arcane Rune, and Shotgun. Ideally, you'd want to kill Warlock before he can get any spells off. And we didn't talk about too much about Chalice in this game. He has a Guardian Greaves, Helm of the Dominator, causing a lot of issues with that stolen creep.
Yeah, the Helm of the Dominator creep has been super duper annoying, just like chasing heroes down, even like Arteezy, just being followed by the Sentinel with Yarn Shell in these fights. Like, he can't spend the time to turn around and kill it, so he just has to deal with this creep, give him vision, following around, letting the enemy team where you know where you are. You can use a blur, of course, but Ame on the high ground right now. We're use the Fortify and get that split shot, but the Fortify comes out in response. Split shot does nothing, and then the tower continues to be melted by Ame up on here. He's got an Aegis, he's got a Lincoln Sphere, he's got a shotgun as well, so no one can even come close to him as he takes this tier 3. And even waveforming, he feels this confident that he feels like he can just waveform forward through creep waves here and still just right-click. But S4, he's coming in, he's going for the ultimate, and they pop the Linkets at just the right time. That was a beautiful combo from EG. And they do punish the Smallfling for getting cocky. Now the Rolling Thunder comes in. They've got the arena out, though, with the BKB on Mars as well. Only 1 caught inside of it, though. Tanking is slowly going to be melted away by the Mars. Email crit comes through on the backlines, just causing some trouble. S4 finally finished off as FY comes in, and that stolen Rolling Thunder. How many times are we going to see this green cube bumping around this fight? But the barracks are being taken right now. EG is just, like, they're split out across the map right now. They're not willing to defend this one, and they've got no tier 2s. Like, LGD are not going to stop. Well, maybe they are if they go for a kill on Samael here in the middle lane. FY, he's trying to do it alone, but the 4-staff away. Samael going to keep himself all right. Meanwhile, just continue the offensive as the shotgun comes out onto the Pangolier with the spear as well. Boy, be able to finish it off. Ame going in deep and finally will get the kill, and now Arteezy held still. Xantes comes out from Samael, but Arteezy is already dead. Down comes a rock, but you've lost your carry, you've lost your mid laner. A Fly trying to get his way back into the base as well, but that's not going to happen. Everybody dead on EG once again, and there's your GG coming out from Fly. This game is over. LGD take it, and they do it with surgeon-like precision.
Very clean game from LGD. Everything was on point. The laning stage on top. Mars on mid didn't have that good of a time. Of course, he played against OD on mid. Melee against OD never feels good. And bottom lane, Ahmed, the silent killer. He was just there farming up. Also didn't have the greatest laning stage, but managed to come back. And I think he didn't even die that game at all.
You've not even mentioned the best player at the game. FY casting more spells than EG combined. Ridiculous performance from that Rubik, honestly. The rolling cube. How many times did he manage to grab that and completely annihilate any semblance of cohesion that EG had?
And we discussed it yesterday with having Rubik plus Morphling stealing 2 spells that enemy has and just using it way better. And this is a perfect example.
I was giggling to myself every time Scriff brought up the fight recap, and you see how many burrow strikes were cast. There's 3 heroes casting multiple burrow strikes in every single fight. Sick performance from LGD, really upsetting Evil Genius's flow, like you mentioned in that cast, Nomad. That's game 1 in the books. That's game 1 done. LGD showing that they are on some sick form, and EG, most importantly, not undefeatable.